Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Obviously, us as tight ends, we do a lot of different jobs. So we're, some games it's pass catching and making an impact there, and other games it's making an impact in the run game or in the pass pro game and trying to get other guys open. So. Our position's fun, as in we get to communicate with everybody. We get to communicate with the O-line. We get to communicate with the quarterback. We get to communicate with the wide receivers, the running backs, and so it makes it a lot of fun for us, and it really helps us, talk to every single person on the team, and our aspect and our jobs is so it's a wide variety of things, and so it just makes it fun because one game you could do a lot in the pass game, and the next game you could do a lot in the run game, and that just shows you the versatility of this position in the game.
How do you think J.J. McCarthy's handled this period, since the injury?
Yeah, JJ's. He's in every single meeting. He's been in the training room a lot, trying to get his ankle right, and he's been asking questions, not just to me, but the receivers, the O-line, and just making sure that he's still locked in, because whenever he's healthy, obviously we're expecting him to go in, and he's done a great job to prepare like he's playing each week, and you expect nothing less from JJ. He loves the game, and he's a student of the game, so it's been fun to watch.
A lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans, obviously, in Dublin last week. In Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, the Vikings fans have shown up, haven't they? How are you expecting it to be this weekend?
Yeah, we won't know, I guess, until we get there. But, like I said, the Vikings fans, they always travel well. We saw quite a bit in Dublin, too. And, it's always fun to be able to play in front of our fans. And even if they're from here, and they're wearing a Vikings jersey, it's fun to play in front of them. And you almost hear the Skull chant everywhere we go. So, I'm just super excited to be here, play in front of a different group of fans for us, and show out and play well for them.
How does it feel here in Skull, so far from home?
It's incredible. The Vikings, us as an organization, we have a big outreach of people, and you don't necessarily understand when you're in Minnesota or even in the U.S., but then when you come over here and see the outreach of the Minnesota Vikings and the purple, and just see how many people really love Minnesota and the Vikings and us as players is really cool.
When tight end university came about, you were given a heavyweight championship belt. How important do you think things like that, what Travis and George and Greg have done for seeing the tight end position, and then you see people like Tyler Warren, Brock Bowers coming through and destroying the league? Do you think it's earning a lot of extra respect for a difficult position?
Yeah, I think each year, the position itself obviously continues to grow. We're asked to do, like I was saying, almost everything on the field, whether it's running a route and winning, or in pass pro and protecting our quarterback, or if it's in the run game and trying to move guys to create lanes for the running back. So there's just so many ways that we can affect a game in the position, and that's just something that we look forward to each game once we step on the white lines. But I think there's so many great tight ends, obviously from years past, and then now that continue to make an impact on the game.
And obviously Greg's in the booth now, and Kelsey, who knows when he'll retire, but he's moving towards the end. Do you think you can sort of take on the mantle and be the guy everyone looks to at the position? Yeah,
I've always, those are obviously great tight ends. I just saw Greg the other day, and then to know Travis and know, I'm really close with George, and to know those guys. I've always thought of my game as one of the top in the league, and so just to continue to do that and to hold that obviously is huge. But like I said, there's so many great tight ends, and there's so many from past, and then there will be guys coming in, every year, and so you just got to stay at that same level and continue to affect the game as you can.
And pass catchers in general, Justin Jefferson, he only needs 109 yards to pass Jerry Rice and Calvin Johnson for most receiving yards through 6 seasons. 600 more this season. He's ahead of Randy Moss, the best of all time. Where do you think he stands among pass catchers? Where's his career going to end up, do you think?
I mean, in my opinion, yeah, for me, he's the best receiver I've ever been around, hands down. And just him as a person, just knowing him and off the field and everything, he's a great human being. And so, but on the field, he's one of the best wide receivers to play the game, and I've always said that. And we'll see what history tells us, but I'm sure that his name will go down in the history books as one of the greats, and that it doesn't surprise anybody that's been around him every single day.
Is there anything in particular he does that you think elevates him to that level?
Yeah, he's got the work ethic. Obviously, comes to practice every single day. He comes to work every single day, working on his craft. Not only that, but he's so gifted. God gifted him with significant ability, and some of the routes that he can run and some of the change of direction that he can do in comparison. It's almost like he doesn't have ligaments. Sometimes he just sticks things out there and gets out of it. So it's truly impressive when you watch him in person and when you watch what he's able to do on the field.
Obviously, the focus is the win. Are you going to be able to go out in London at all over the next few days? Or have you been in London?
Yeah, a couple of us went downtown on Tuesday, our off day, and kind of just biked around the city and hung out. Went to dinner, and yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I probably won't go out down there again. Probably this trip because we're leaving right after the game too. So, but it's always fun to be here. Always cool to see the city and be a tourist for a day or a couple hours, whatever it is.
What did you make of biking around London?
It's cool. It's a lot easier to get around than I think getting in an Uber or something. So, but it is interesting. It's a lot different than America, where you bike on the right side, you bike on the left side here. So we were just kind of following people. So it was fun. Did
you get recognised a lot, or people just bombing past you?
There was a few. Yeah, there's a few people yelling our names or whatever. But yeah, it was fun. It's always, like I said, it's always fun being in a different country and getting recognized, and that's just really the outreach of the NFL in general, but then the Minnesota Vikings. So.